Here is another sample analysis. It has 4 paragraphs, namely the introductory paragraph, the first body paragraph, the second body paragraph, and the concluding paragraph. Now let's take a look at the introductory paragraph. The story The Gun follows a young boy from the inner city who navigates challenges of being inadequately educated and impoverished. In the story, instances of multiple language conventions are evident, but this analysis focuses on the use of communicative behaviors and language registers. So again, in the introduction, we're given an overview of what the creative piece entails, and we know the genre as well. We're also told that multiple language conventions are used. However, the focus is on communicative behaviors and language registers. So the running theme here is that in the introduction, we must know from the get-go which communicative behaviors, which language conventions you will be looking at. Firstly, the author utilizes communicative behaviors to provide insight into the characters. You notice again, we have the use of transitional words or phrases to move from the first introductory paragraph to the first body paragraph. You must ensure that you're using your linking words, your transitional words or phrases to allow for fluency and cohesion. You don't want to lose your expression or your organization marks. Firstly, the author utilizes communicative behaviors to provide insight into the characters. The use of artifacts, which is one example of communicative behavior being highlighted here. So, what's the example of the artifacts? Ripped tight jeans, washed out white shirt with small holes of Jashan's attire. So, what are these artifacts communicating to us about Jashan? We don't know Jashan, but based on the artifacts, what can we say about Jashan? So Jashan's jeans being ripped and his shirt having small holes indicate poverty. Jashan's jeans being tight and his shirt being washed out suggests that they may have been worn over an extended period, suggesting he may not have had enough money to purchase new clothes. The gun, which is another artifact, which Jashan takes from the Don, symbolizes Jashan's choice to join the gang and turn to a life of violence and crime. Guns are instruments typically used for violence. Thus, Jashan's change of character from initially resisting crime to becoming a gang member is highlighted. So she has explained to us what these artifacts are communicating about Jashan. Now remember, Jashan didn't tell us any of this, but based on his communicative behavior through the use of artifacts, we were able to deduce all of this information about Jashan. Furthermore, another use of appropriate transitional words or phrases. Vocalics are expressed in the line, Don's voice bellowed. The Don's voice bellowing suggests that he is a commanding and powerful figure. Bellowing also asserted his authority over the boys. He whispered is another instance of vocalics that expresses Jashan's fear of the Don. Whispering often implies nervousness when one person is responding. Therefore, communicative behaviors are evident. Now, in this paragraph, the peel method is so strong. From the first P to the first E, the second E, and the L when she was closing off her paragraph. Now, the example of vocalics here are the bellowing of the Don's voice and the whispering that came from Jashan. Now, the bellow has communicated to us that this Don is powerful and commanding. It also asserted his authority over the boys. Now, we do not know this Don, but based on the vocalics being presented here, it is communicating to us that this person is commanding and powerful. The whispering now, which is another example of vocalics being utilized here, communicates to us that Jashan is fearful of the Don. And remember, the whole purpose of the language analysis is for you to analyze the language conventions and what it is used to communicate to us about the speaker. That is exactly what it is, and nothing more. That is all that is being asked of you. And now I would have awarded her 4 marks for this section. Then she has the language register that she would be. Okay. Now we're looking at the language registers, which is her second convention. She states, secondly, language registers used indicate the characters, social backgrounds, and interpersonal relationships. That's the P. The utterance Jashi by Jashan's mother conveys the intimate register. Using a nickname when referring to her son demonstrates a close relationship. The line Mommy also showcases the intimate register, as Mommy is a term of endearment. Moreover, the casual register is evident in the utterance Wagwan Auntie by Joshan. Communicating with a bank receptionist necessitates the formal register. However, Joshan used a casual register. This implies that he has not learned to distinguish a casual context from a formal context. This hints that he received little to no socialization in a formal school environment. Raja referring to Jashan as Dunsbat is another occurrence of the casual register. The term Dunsbat is a common slang used amongst youth, and slang is an indicator of the casual register. This indicates that Raja and Jashan are pairs. Language registers are consequently utilized in the story. So you recognize that she has identified the 2 aspects of language registers that she's looking at, namely the intimate register and the casual register. She has also given examples of the intimate register. She has explained what information is being communicated to us about are communicated to us through the use of the specific register. She also does that for the casual register. She also cites the appropriateness or the inappropriateness of the convention being used. When it comes to registers, you talk about the appropriateness or the inappropriateness based on the context, based on the audience, based on the subject matter. In another video, I will go into details about what are language registers, communicative behaviors, attitude to language, and dialectal variation. This video sole purpose is to show you how to compile your SBAs to the best of your ability. Thanks for watching another episode of Communication Studies Made Easy. Don't forget to turn your notification bells on so that you are notified each time I upload a new video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section and I will respond to you as soon as I can.